Are you prepared for what is about to hit the United Kingdom in the next 6 hours? Because right now, a low-pressure system is barreling towards our shores, and 56.7 millimeters of rainfall has already drenched our nation this February. That is 19 days of rain in just 11 days. Think about that. Here is what nobody is telling you. While you re-watching this, temperatures are plummeting to 1 degree Celsius in some areas. Wind speeds are hitting 40 kilometers per hour on exposed coasts. And in exactly 3 hours and 20 minutes, I'll reveal which major city will see the heaviest rainfall tonight. But first, you need this critical timeline because lives depend on it. The system hits the west coast at 6 post-meridium. Peak intensity strikes at 8 post-meridium. By 10 post-meridium, even London won to be spared. But here is the twist that changes everything tonight. Comment below where you are watching from right now. Drop your city name, and I'll give you a precise forecast for your exact location. Manchester, Liverpool, Edinburgh. Tell me now. London residents, listen carefully. Your temperature right now is dropping to between 1 and 2 degrees Celsius. But that's not the real story. The real story is what happens at 7:30 post-meridium tonight. The wind chill will make it feel like -1 degree. Your children waiting at bus stops. Your elderly parents walking home from the shops. They need to know this immediately. 20 kilometers per hour winds are hitting the capital from the southwest. Combined with that 1 degree temperature, the feels like temperature drops below freezing. Not tomorrow, not next week, in the next 90 minutes. And here's what the weather models aren't emphasizing enough. High humidity at these temperatures creates that bone-chilling dampness that penetrates every layer of clothing. This is the cold that gets into your bones, your joints, your chest. Brighton, Canterbury, Oxford are next, 2 to 3 degrees Celsius. But coastal areas like Brighton face winds of 25 to 30 kilometers per hour. The sea is building, waves are growing higher by the hour. Do not, I repeat, do not take evening walks along the beach. The combination of high tide and strong winds creates dangerous conditions along the south coast. Here is your first reward for watching. Rural areas around London, in Surrey, Kent, and Essex will drop to 0 to 1 degree Celsius by midnight. But here's what matters. Light mist is forming in low-lying areas near rivers. Visibility drops below 100 meters in some spots. If you are driving the M25 tonight, reduce your speed now. Switch on fog lamps. Wet surfaces plus mist plus temperatures near freezing equals danger. This combination causes more accidents than people realize. Birmingham sits at 2 to 3 degrees Celsius right now. England's second city is about to get soaked. The M6 and M5 motorways are getting wet as we speak. Scattered drizzle is falling. Road surfaces are losing grip. Following distance needs to double. Speed needs to drop by 15 to 20 kilometers per hour below your normal pace. Leicester, Nottingham, Coventry, you are facing identical conditions. 2 to 4 degrees Celsius with thick cloud cover and persistent drizzle. But here is the question nobody is asking. What about the higher ground? The Peak District is where things get serious. 0 to -1 degree Celsius at higher elevations. Light hill snow develops late this evening, not heavy accumulation, but enough to create a thin white covering on roads and vegetation, enough to make surfaces slippery, enough to cause accidents if you are not careful. Residents and visitors in high areas should exercise extreme caution. And here's the 30-second payoff I promised. Manchester and Liverpool, you need to hear this right now. Manchester faces moderate showers developing from early evening and persisting through the night. 5 to 8 millimeters of accumulated rainfall over several hours. That's enough to cause localized flooding in low-lying city areas. That's enough to overwhelm drainage systems in some neighborhoods. Old Trafford, Etihad Stadium. If you are heading to evening events or matches tonight, waterproof clothing is not optional, it's mandatory. Bring umbrellas. Wear waterproof jackets. Winds of 18 to 22 kilometers per hour will gust stronger during heavy showers. Those sitting in open areas of stadiums prepare to get wet. Liverpool faces even worse conditions, 3 to 4 degrees Celsius, but wind chill makes it feel significantly colder. 25 to 30 kilometers per hour winds are blowing in from the Irish Sea, with gusts reaching up to 40 kilometers per hour near docks and riverside areas. The River Mersey is being whipped by these winds. 40 kilometers per hour gusts mean you need to secure loose objects now. Bicycles left outside, garden furniture, anything lightweight, bring it inside or tie it down. The M62 and M6 motorways already show reduced visibility from heavy rain. Drivers must switch headlights on even before complete darkness falls. Reduce speed immediately. The Lake District sees 1 to 2 degrees Celsius in valleys, 0 to -2 degrees Celsius at higher elevations. Light snow possible on peaks above 500 meters. Now, let me ask you something. Have you checked your vehicle today? Lights working, windscreen wash full and 1T freeze, tire tread adequate. Because if the answer is no to any of these questions, you are not ready for tonight. Leeds and Sheffield, Yorkshire, you are next on the timeline. 3 to 4 degrees Celsius in urban centres, but the Yorkshire moors and Pennines tell a different story. Exposed areas drop to 0 to -1 degree Celsius. Wind speeds increase dramatically on high ground. Newcastle and the northeast, 2 to 3 degrees Celsius this evening. The North Sea is rough. Coastal winds are fierce. Tynemouth, Whitley Bay, South Shields, stay away from the coastline tonight. The sea is not your friend this evening. Scotland, this is where the forecast intensifies dramatically. Glasgow and Edinburgh see 2 to 4 degrees Celsius, but persistent heavy rain throughout the evening and into the night. 10 to 15 millimeters of rainfall accumulation. That's serious rainfall. Roads are flooding right now. The M8 motorway between Glasgow and Edinburgh is wet, spray is reducing visibility, and conditions are dangerous. The Scottish Highlands hear S, where winter truly shows its teeth. 0 to -3 degrees Celsius in valley areas, -5 to -8 degrees Celsius on mountain peaks. Heavy snow is falling right now above 600 meters elevation, 10 to 20 centimeters of accumulation expected overnight. This isn't light dusting. This is proper snowfall creating hazardous mountain conditions. Fort William, Inverness, the A9 trunk road is already experiencing snow. The A82 through Glencoe, one of Scotland's most scenic but treacherous routes, is becoming increasingly dangerous. Mountain roads are being closed as we speak. This is happening now, not later. Aberdeen and the northeast coast of Scotland face 1 to 3 degrees Celsius with brutal North Sea winds, 35 to 45 kilometers per hour sustained winds, gusting to 60 kilometers per hour. Oil industry workers heading offshore, ferry passengers, coastal communities, you are experiencing the roughest conditions of the night. The North Sea is unforgiving in these conditions. Wales, Cardiff and Swansea see 2 to 4 degrees Celsius with heavy rain this evening. The M4 corridor through South Wales is wet and spray is reducing visibility for drivers. The Brecon Beacons and Snowdonia National Park, 0 to -2 degrees Celsius at elevation. Light to moderate snow developing above 400 meters, 5 to 10 centimeters possible on high peaks by morning. Mountain walkers and climbers, conditions are becoming serious. Northern Ireland, Belfast, sees 2 to 4 degrees Celsius. Strong westerly winds blowing in directly from the Atlantic Ocean, 25 to 35 kilometers per hour. Rain showers are heavy and frequent. The mountains of Mourne could see light snow at higher elevations, adding to the challenging conditions across the province. Now here is the critical information I promised you at minute 5, the exact timing for your specific area. Pay close attention because this could save your life or prevent an accident. West Coast areas, the system hits at 6 post-meridium tonight. Cornwall, Devon, Wales, you are first in line. By 7 post-meridium, Bristol, Bath and Cardiff are fully engulfed by rain and wind. By 8 post-meridium, Birmingham and the entire Midlands region are under the system. By 9 post-meridium, London and the southeast are getting hit hard. By 10 post-meridium, the entire country from south to north is covered by this weather system. But here is what matters most, the peak intensity. Manchester and Liverpool experience their heaviest rainfall between 8 and 10 post-meridium tonight. That's the 2-hour window when rainfall is heaviest, winds are strongest, visibility is worst, and conditions are most dangerous for travel. For Scotland, the heaviest snow falls between 9 post-meridium tonight and 3 ante-meridium tomorrow morning. That is your critical 6-hour window. 6 hours of intense snowfall above 600 meters elevation. 6 hours when mountain roads become impassable. 6 hours when you do not want to be caught out. The system begins to weaken after midnight across southern regions, but conditions remain poor through 3 ante-meridium. By 6 ante-meridium tomorrow morning, Thursday, February 12th, rainfall decreases significantly, but here's the catch. Temperatures drop even further. Light ground frost develops across many areas by dawn. What was wet tonight becomes icy by morning. Here's what you need to do right now, not in an hour, right now. First, elderly relatives living alone. Pick up the phone and call them immediately. Check that their heating system is working properly. Make sure they have adequate food supplies. Make sure they're not planning to go out tonight. A simple phone call could save a life on a night like this. Second, if you are driving tonight, understand that your journey will take significantly longer than normal. Add 30 minutes minimum to any trip over 1 hour. Add 15 minutes to shorter trips. Traffic delays are guaranteed on all major motorways due to reduced visibility and wet road surfaces. Plan accordingly or postpone if possible. Third, the Met Office has issued flood warnings for multiple western areas. If you live in a designated flood risk area, check your emergency bag right now. Make sure you know your evacuation route. Keep your mobile phone fully charged. Have important documents in waterproof containers. Fourth, power cuts are possible, particularly in Scottish Highlands and Welsh mountain areas. Strong winds combined with heavy snow can bring down power lines. Have torches ready with spare batteries. Have candles and matches in accessible locations. Charge all electronic devices to full capacity right now. Don't wait until you lose power. Transport chaos is building across the network right now. The M1 from London to Leeds, the M6 from Birmingham to Carlisle, the M25 London Orbital Motorway, all are experiencing delays and reduced speeds due to rain and poor visibility. Mountain roads throughout Scotland and Wales are being closed progressively due to snow and ice accumulation. Check road status before setting out. Rail services are facing significant disruptions. Network Rail has issued specific warnings about delays and cancellations on northern routes, particularly services between Manchester and Scotland and Transpennine routes. Passengers must check updated timetables before arriving at stations. Carry extra warm clothing in case you face lengthy delays on cold platforms or in unheated carriages. Flights from major airports including Heathrow, Gatwick, Manchester and Edinburgh may experience delays. While we're not expecting severe disruptions or mass cancellations, delays of 30 to 60 minutes are likely. Contact your airline to confirm flight status before leaving for the airport. Arrive earlier than usual to account for potential delays in ground transport to airports. Ferry crossings to Scottish islands, including the Hebrides, Orkney and Shetland, are being progressively cancelled due to high waves and strong winds making sailing dangerous. Northern Ireland ferry routes are also affected. Check with ferry operators before travelling to ports to avoid wasted journeys. Here's what happens next. Tomorrow, Thursday, February 12th, conditions improve slightly in most areas. Rainfall decreases gradually. Temperatures rise by 1 to 2 degrees Celsius compared to today. Southern areas reach 7 to 9 degrees Celsius. Northern areas reach 4 to 6 degrees Celsius. However, winds remain quite strong, particularly along coastal regions. Comment your location below. Manchester, Bristol, Edinburgh, London. Tell me where you are and I'll respond with specific advice tailored to your exact area. The February statistics paint a clear picture. 19 rainy days forecast for the month, 56.7 millimeters of precipitation so far. Ground is saturated in western regions. When ground can absorb more water, rainfall becomes flooding. For outdoor workers tonight, adequate protective equipment is essential. Rest when needed. Hypothermia is a real threat. Winter weather in the United Kingdom is insidious. Dampness combined with cold, wind combined with rain. Rapid changes catch people unprepared. Children waiting at bus stops need waterproof outer layers, warm middle layers, gloves, scarves, hats. Elderly people with heart disease, asthma, arthritis should stay indoors if possible. If going out, travel with someone and carry phones. Home heating should be 18 to 21 degrees Celsius. Ensure proper ventilation if using fires. The forecast shows this system weakens after midnight, but another approaches by weekend. System after system bringing rain and wind. Snowdrops are blooming in southern areas. Spring approaches, but weeks of challenging weather remain. Weather forecasts are survival tools. They tell you whether to drive or take the train, whether to go out or stay home. Check the Met Office website regularly. Check before every journey. Weather changes rapidly during winter. What is true at 6 post-meridium might not be true at 8 post-meridium. Mountain rescue teams are on standby. Coast Guard services monitor coasts. Emergency services are prepared. Don't make them rescue you because you failed to prepare. The question is simple. What is my plan for the next 12 hours? Where am I going? How am I getting there? If you don't have answers, you are not prepared. Unprepared people become statistics in winter weather. Check your location in the timeline. West Coast until 6 post-meridium. Midlands until 8 post-meridium. London until 9 post-meridium. Charge devices. Check vehicles. Cancel unnecessary trips. And here is the teaser for tomorrow. That improvement? Temporary. By Friday, another system arrives. More rain, but temperatures might rise to 8 to 10 degrees Celsius in southern areas. With that warmth comes something else that affects flooding and fog. What is it? Check tomorrow's forecast. Hint, warm air meeting saturated cold ground creates unexpected problems. Comment below. Where are you? Are you prepared? I am reading comments. This is Wednesday evening, February 11th, 2026. Winter asserting dominance. Preparation saves lives. Stay safe, stay warm, stay home if possible. Tomorrow brings new challenges. But tonight, the next 12 hours matter most. The storm